Tonight we're meeting Kerri, who is an ironic vegetarian. She can do headstands on beaches and benches. Her nickname is Care Bear, and she loves vegan coconut bliss ice cream. She held a stop sign in Australia and has a huge collection of postcards. She wishes she had been born on a cruise ship so her birth certificate would say born at sea. So welcome, Kerri.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, welcome, Kerri. So the timer's starting. What made you decide to pack up and go?
I had been traveling on and off for a couple of years prior to booking my one-way ticket to Mexico, and I just thought enough was enough. There was so much going back and forth. Okay, I want to travel. I love my life. Okay, got to go back home, make money. Okay, I made my money. I'm going to travel. Never mind. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm making this happen. I have no idea how. I bought a laptop. I booked a one-way ticket to Mexico and sold my car the day before I left. Sold a bunch of, almost all of my stuff that I thought I could sell. Sold a bunch of my clothes, donated a bunch of stuff to a women's shelter, and just said, okay, that's it. I'm gone. Bye. And hopped on an airplane and had no idea what I was going to do and just kind of figured it out along the way. So I knew that there was a different type of lifestyle that I could live because I saw glimpses of it when I was backpacking around. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to be the exception too. I'm not doing this anymore. The Canadian winter is on its way and I'm out.
That sounds
pretty much
amazing.
it.
So now remind me, how long have you been doing this and how many different places have you gone to?
So I have been traveling on and off for 7 years, but I booked this one-way ticket to Mexico. It's my second one-way ticket, but my first was to Australia in 2013, and then I decided to become a digital nomad in November of 2018.
Okay.
So I don't know how long that is. Somewhere along a year and something. In November, it'll be 2 years.
Okay. And so how many different places have you been since you've been doing this?
I have been to 28 countries on 5 different continents. It's not as super impressive as other people, but I haven't spent a lot of time in Europe, and I feel like that's what helps people's numbers go up. But I slow travel. I've spent 19 months in Asia alone, so I just spend longer periods of time in places. I usually max out my visa, whatever my visa can be in that country.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So any place you would go back to?
Yes, that's a way better question than what's your favorite place? I'm like, I don't know, everywhere.
Right.
But I think I would definitely go back to Mexico. I would definitely go back to Brazil. I would definitely go back to India. I would definitely go back to Indonesia. I would definitely go back to the Philippines. I love beaches and coconuts and affordable places. I love surf spots, sunshine, and good vibes. So those are my probably top places.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about some of the people and friendships that came from these experiences.
Oh my goodness, so many. I feel like when you start traveling, you start meeting people that you already have things in common with. Like when we grow up and we go to school or we're at work, the thing that we have in common is we're in the same place, or in school you happen to be born there. But people that go to the same place are drawn to the same place, and staying at the same hostel are drawn to the same vibes. And I feel like I talk more with people that I've met traveling on a regular basis than I have from when I was a child or in school. So I met a girl in the Philippines that was from Brazil, and then I went to Switzerland, and from Switzerland I went to Brazil to visit her, these 2 girls actually. And same, the people I met in Switzerland, I had met them in Indonesia, and so many people that I have met up with on opposite sides of the world, and we meet up in other places. And it's just amazing because you have these things already in common with people. There's a lot more free spirits, and people, again, now that I'm a digital nomad, I meet more people that have these kind of grand visions and these big dreams. So it's cool to kind of connect with people on the other side of the world. And I feel like it makes your whole personality come out because you have no restraints. You get to be the version of yourself that you want to be. There's no buttoning up your shirt all the way, or my hair lives in a bun. It's not today, but normally it's a bun on the top of my head, and that's how I run my business. That's how I run my life and everything. So finding people that kind of mesh with that already is so much easier.
I love what you said about you go to the places you love, the hostels that have the vibe, and you meet people that are like you. And I think April and I find that a lot when we are just being ourselves and doing the things we love. The people that are like you kind of are drawn to that. So it's a beautiful thing that you said. I love that. Absolutely. So you've been living outside of your home country for a while. Are there challenges with that? Is it hard to be away?
Yeah, definitely. I feel it hits me when there are big milestones or a wedding or something more on the negative side that happens in families. It's hard to be away from it. Also, just missing out on things that I loved about being home. Like I missed rec sports during summer, and now I'm back in Canada and it's not even happening. But certain things I feel like I miss out a lot on, but I feel like I get so much too. So there are definitely pros and cons to every situation, but I feel like when I remind myself that I'm making the choice that I'm making, there are always ways to find silver linings in that. But missing friends and family and major milestones, I think, would be the major thing. Never missing winter though, so I remind myself of that all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So how long would you suggest someone stay in one place?
It really depends on the place, honestly, because I think I spent maybe 2 weeks in Singapore. It's a smaller place, very easy to get around, but somewhere as big as Brazil, I spent a month and I still didn't see I didn't see the north or the very south. It's so hard when it's a bigger country. And I spent 3 months in Thailand, 3 months in Indonesia, 3 months in Malaysia. Like there's so many massive countries and so many things to see. So I guess it depends what you want to. Thailand alone, you can go to the north, you go to the middle, you can go to the south, and you get all like the mountains, the kind of more naturey, the rice fields, and then you go to the south for the islands and the scuba diving. So if you only want one, you can spend less time or more time in one place. It's so hard. It all depends on what you want to see, what you want to do, and kind of why you want to go there in the first place.
Yeah. So what prompts you to pick a new place to move to then? Is it your work, so to speak, that you're doing? Or
yeah, so I'm a full-time digital nomad, and I can kind of just pick up and go wherever I want as long as there's Wi-Fi. So that's something that helps. If I look up at a place that I want to go, but it doesn't have good Wi-Fi, I'm kind of limited. I do coaching calls full-time. That's my job. So I need to do things, or I need to be in a place where there's Wi-Fi. Other than that, like I said, I go to the places with sunshine, and I just kind of think of a place, and I find that it happens when I go to one place, another one will get added to my bucket list. So I don't ever have to think too far in advance. I had no idea I was going to go to Switzerland from Indonesia, but it happened. And then I had no idea I was going to Brazil from there. So things just kind of happen. I never make the choice ahead of time. I almost never book round trip tickets either. So that's just I hope and trust that the universe is going to figure out the next step.
Oh yeah.
That's our 7 minutes. That was a beautiful way to end it.
Yeah, that really was. That was
that the universe will figure out the next step. I got that in my head. That's beautiful.
No, I like that phrase. That's perfect. So
that was so funny right at the end too. Like the universe will figure it out.
Yeah. So thank you, Kerri, for sharing your story. Click below to subscribe to our channel to hear more real stories from real travelers.
Thank you so much for having me.